So we've been at the Run Eat retreat here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. This has been your first time to Thailand, or?
Yeah, my first time to Thailand.
Okay, cool. What did you think of the camp?
The camp was amazing. I think that like amazing people, amazing food, amazing trails, and just kind of a really nice vibe for 3 days has been awesome.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and it's just been great, like you said, just developing that tribe and family spirit. And,
yeah, I think it's so cool that on Friday everyone is total strangers with their name badges, introducing themselves, and by the end we're all telling each other to come live at our house, and that we're all one big family.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And it doesn't take very long, does it? Like you say, we're all got the shared experiences, and everyone's got their stories to tell, and we're all plant-based for the most part. Everyone's plant-based, and obviously we all love trail running, so it doesn't take long, does it, to be?
No, when everyone's like-minded, it's pretty quick to bond together. And yeah, I think that everyone comes from different walks and different stories, but we're all kind of at heart the same person, so it's pretty cool.
Sweet. Cool, so it's your off season right now, so it's the beginning.
Not really my chosen off season, but it's forced upon me.
So you've got a bit of an ankle injury at the moment, but you're still keeping up some great fitness, like I've seen over these past few days. But last year was obviously all focused on Western States. How did that whole year feel to you as a whole?
It was an interesting year. I think I haven't had a year where I just focused on one race. Generally I have a few A races, but to put all my time into one race, I think it physically, mentally and emotionally drained me, and I didn't totally respect that afterwards. I tried to just keep going. I had a good race and I wanted to keep that up, and it really hit me at the end of the year. So I learned a lot, and I'm kind of being forcefully eased into this year, and definitely going to take those learnings into 2019. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Like you say, you really focus in on that one race. And did you feel like, how do you handle pressure in those kind of situations? That's something I always, if I have those A races, that's something I'm always trying to learn, like, and improve upon. Like, how do you feel going into a race like that?
I was pretty terrified. I'm not very good at kind of speaking about it, so I definitely I keep it in myself. And it was cool to have my dad over in America, because he very much can read me, and it was cool to have him to talk about it and to be a bit more open. I think that everyone expects you just to it's super fun, be happy, it's just running, and it's things that I tell people as well, but it's hard to do as I say and not as I do.
Did you obviously, I'm sure you did, leading into a massive race like that, because that was your first 100 miler?
Correct, yeah.
Cool. And did you, was there a big jump up in the volume of your training, or anything you really changed in the lead up to Western States?
No, I think, I knew that I have a good base. I've been running consistently since I was 16, so, to be 22, I've had a good foundation built. And I kind of know that I can't run much more than, that 100 miles a week. It just becomes unenjoyable, and I'm not really interested in not enjoying what I'm doing. So I was just doing some more back-to-back, and probably just doing a little more racing, just local stuff, and kind of getting into the community and bringing it back to why I started running, just to keep reminding me that 100 miles is no different. It's just running again. Yeah,
definitely. It blows my mind. Yeah, you said when you were 16, that's when you did your first 100K.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty amazing and inspiring. I mean, how did you, what led to that as a 16-year-old running 100K?
Yeah, so my dad ran a lot of road marathons, and then as he's gotten older and slower, that's what's happened. He he won't like that. He decided to go further so that he could slow down a little more and just enjoy the time out. So he signed up for 100Ks, and I think he was pretty intimidated with what you have to carry and how the training's meant to be. So at first I joined him on a bike just so he had someone to talk to, and then slowly started to join him for the kilometers as well.
Cool. What was do you know your dad's PR in the marathon?
He just got under 3 hours. He ran 2:52 or something.
That's
his
awesome.
best. Yeah.
Have you ever done a road marathon?
No.
Is this something that maybe you'd like to try?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really intrigues me, just the change in training and the different mindset.
For sure, definitely. So this year, obviously Western States went well, came third. We've been talking, there's been some pretty funny stories and things that you learn along the way, that maybe you had some advice beforehand as well, which you didn't quite follow. I'm sure maybe someone watching this is lucky enough to have a ticket for this year. What were the 3 main pieces of advice that you've shared with us all this weekend?
Yeah, so the 3 pieces of advice that I got given was to not be the first up the escarpment. So don't do that.
So you did that.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, by quite a substantial amount. My next piece of advice that I was given was at mile 30 at Robinson Flat to have kind of a solid amount of food so that I could go into the canyons stocked up and ready to go. Instead I ran through and was like, I'm winning this thing, like I can't stop, and then I got halfway into the canyons and realized that I had nothing. And then the last piece was, you know, get to Forest Hill at 100 Ks ready to race. And I rolled into 100 Ks like I was ready to finish the 100K race. And yeah, it was a long back end.
Yeah. So those are definitely on your mind going into the race this year.
Yeah, I think it's you know, I was told that was how I needed to, that was what I needed to do, but I had to learn the hard way. And yeah, it makes me excited to see what, if I do those things, what would happen.
Sure. Just wait for the plane 1 second.
Yeah.
Like they say, every time you run your first 100 mile, it's always, you want to race it obviously, but you're always in some sense going to be learning a lot. Well, obviously, like any race, you're going to be learning a lot from the experience, and it's hard to get out there for that first 100 mile and really smash it. But I mean, even though you struggled in that back end, you obviously still came away 3rd place, which is fantastic. So you'll be going back to Western States this year, as we just said. What do you want to accomplish there?
I think I just want to, to have that experience again and learn my lessons, and I'm sure I'll learn some more. You know, I just want to do my best with what that day gives me. I want to, my brother's coming across, my dad's coming across again, and I just want to make them proud and just enjoy the experience. You know, it's a cool race for its history, and you know, whether you get on the podium or not is, it's not my be all or end all.
Yeah, awesome. Besides Western States now for the rest of the year, obviously we're in January, so we've got the whole year ahead. Do you have any other kind of adventures planned or other races beyond Western States that are really exciting you?
I'm excited to head back to Chamonix after that. So after Western States, I'll fly to Europe and spend some time there, and I'm registered for the CCC. Then after that, I'm going back to Cape Town, to South Africa for the Ultra Trail Cape Town, which is always the best way to end my year. But yeah, other than that, normally the best adventures are ones that I haven't planned, and they tend to pop up pretty regularly. So yeah, we'll see.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, it's been absolutely awesome having you out here. I know that we're hopefully going to hang out again throughout the rest of the year in Chamonix. And yeah, I hope you guys, if you're not already, obviously follow Lucy on social media. I'm sure you guys are. She's pretty prolific there on Instagram. And yeah, definitely it's been awesome having you here. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you a little bit more as well. And yeah, we'll hang out soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, thank you. And like, I think, you know, the world needs more people like Harry and Louise, who's behind the camera. But, you know, this is putting on these kind of camps and, you know, sharing their lives and so many running tips and stuff is really important. So, yeah, I think you're in a good spot if you're watching this. And, yeah, we can all grow together.
Cool. There we go.
Awesome.